You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lane. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. And welcome to The Mountain Gardener. Your host, Ken Lane, here every week talking about the landscapes of northern Arizona. And what a beautiful, oh my gosh. This is why we live up here in the mountains, is because it's always crisp, dry air. But normally I need a couple extra layers. I think I've had a vest on most this week. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I love it. I'll take it. You know it's going to turn though. We need it to be cold in winter to cut down on the bugs and the weeds, and it kind of resets the gardens. Now I've cleaned up my garden to open some of those areas that I've had some mildew, where I've seen some bugs. So I'm cleaning up some stuff. I haven't pruned the trees back yet. The pole saw's ready. It's sharp, but I haven't had I've had too many Christmas parties. Lisa just had some things happen. So I'm helping her out. So but eventually I'll get out there. Probably between Christmas and New Year's, I'll kind of I got to work off some of these cookies. Go out there, just put a half day in. Actually, what really comes down to, truly, I've got half a trash can ready to empty. I'm going to use it. So I work until it's filled. I try to stomp it down, and then I go, oh, that's enough for today. I'll get some next weekend. Every week it's sort of that way. I don't know. They probably have medication for that or something, but I just like filling up my trash can. And so not till it's overflowing, but just so it's full, get my money's worth out of it. Plus, it paces myself so I don't put too huge piles of debris, branches and leaves and clippings at bay. So some of it is composted. Some of it's like, if it's any kind of mildew or spotting or bugs, I do not compost that. I want that off my property. Also big woody things, big sticks and branches. And I just trim those things up until they fit in the trash can and call it good, like rose branches. So I have not cut my roses back because I know cold's coming, but I've given them a haircut. So the core is there, but most of your roses are pruned back in the month of March. And here's the reason why. So if you open up that graft or the heart of that plant down where it comes out of the ground and that freezes, it can kill off the graft. So the roots will live, but the graft, those branches that come out of there from that graft, those are all your fancy named ones, your Mr. Lincolns, your Fragrant Clouds, your Henry Fondas. These are all plants that are grafted to look exactly like every other Henry Fonda that's out there. It's beautiful, crisp, yellow flower to it. A fragrant cloud, super fragrant. I mean, fragrant, as the name says, it's fragrant. If you don't want to expose that in the coldest part of winter, which is January. So I kind of wait. I trim things back because I'll give them a haircut, but that hard pruning back to knee height, 3 to 5 canes coming up. So all the fresh new flowers come out of those fresh new canes. I encourage that. That's where the best flowers come from. That's what I'll do every winter in the month of March. That's different down in the desert. They're pruning back right now. Here, we're waiting to the coldest parts. We're leaving that structure up to protect or insulate that graft. And that's why we're doing it. Trees, I'm starting to cut back some of my trees. I wish it was a little colder. I still see a few butterflies. The hummingbirds, I've gone, but the bees are out. So I'm seeing painted lady butterflies. The monarchs have flown back, but painted ladies, the smaller butterflies, they're out. They're thick right now on top of anything that's blooming. I have these spectacular alyssum out my front containers. You could not put your hands around them. Overflowing this pot, this bigger round. It's on either side of the garage. They are in full bloom. They're glorious. And they have pollinators all over them. So it's kind of a fun thing. I try to videotape that. If ever you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, even TikTok, I'll take that video and kind of upload it because it's fun. Yeah, many of those photos are of my garden or here at the garden center. One I've noticed that's confused, actually not that confused, but did you know that evergreen camellia, this is your classic, like you float blossoms in a crystal bowl and you just enjoy the fragrance and the color, that camellia. Most of them are tropical, but the one that grows up here is perennial, that comes back every single year. And if it's warm out, like it is this year, they'll go into bloom early. So it's kind of a bit early. So usually they bloom about a month, 6 weeks from now, but they've started to bloom here at the garden center and they are glorious. Oh my goodness. It's not unusual to have flowering camellias for the new year. I mean, it's doable. It's an evergreen shrub, gets about head high. I keep mine down maybe chest, hip high or so. I love them in containers by the front door, the back patio, because they just look so good year round. They like growing in containers, a little bit larger one. They're beautiful. And they're one of the very, very first shrubs to bloom in spring, perennial shrubs to bloom in spring. They're beautiful with or without flowers, but they're in bloom right now. If you need to get out and get some fresh air, come to the garden center and just take a look. I think I've got 3 different colors. They're all part of the Ice Princess series. That's the name. They're so cold hardy. I think these models, they go down to well below 0. We'll never see how cold before they die out. We won't see that kind of cold. They just adapt really well. Here's a caveat. They love growing out in full sun in the winter. But in June, they're not going to like Arizona sun or the high mountain sun in the heat. So you kind of want to keep those out in more of a shaded area. They'll take some sun early morning into the day, but at midday in June during the growing season, they're not going to like that. So you can have them out this time of year in the sun, but better in the more that covered patio, back deck, the north side. Even when it's cold, it'll thrive with that. So there's places for it. But if you just want to get out and sense some flowers, some fresh air, you need a stroll in the park, and maybe I'll take a pansy home. Maybe I'll take some snapdragons because they're in full bloom. Maybe, but you don't have to. I just need some fresh air. Come visit us. It's fun just to see the winter mix of plants that you can actually plant now at the garden center, because these are the things that like the cold. They prefer being planted when it's cold out. So your spruce trees, your cypress, cedars, they prefer being planted now. Don't wait till summer. They like being planted now because they like the cold. They're kind of in stasis. They're kind of enjoying the climate that we have. The other one that I'm doing right now, I just moved some of my container plants, especially the really questionable zone ones. So I grow a lot of zone 8 plants, like a red fishing hook barrel cactus or olive trees in containers, and my palm trees. They've all come into Mediterranean mountain cactus. They're all zone 8. They're many years old in my container, but one thing I do to them is I'll move them up underneath the overhang at the front door. It's kind of crowded up there right now, but the things that were out there, they needed some protection. I'm moving out into the sun. So my Tanioso pines, some of the funky maples, they might burn in June like camellias, but they don't now. So I'm moving those out and I'm making a transition so I can protect my borderline stuff and things that don't care. They don't mind the cold, but they just don't want that heat of summer. I'm moving them back out. So I'm making this transition. And some of those pots, like my Tanioso pines, they're beautiful, but they're out by the street now. I made a change, but I need some color. So I added some yellow pansies out by the mailbox, and they are stunning. It's a bit of a test. I've got an electric fence that you don't really see when you're walking by it, but there is a little wire a foot off the ground. They're right out there where the javelina can get to them. Javelina love pansies. So I'm putting them right there as a test going, I wonder if they're brave enough. So far, it's been over a week. So far, they haven't messed with my pansies right out there because they're going to get nipped. It's not electrocution. It's just, in fact, I shocked myself putting it up there, moving over the wire, putting this pot. I went, okay, you got me. So, but it does shock you. So you kind of move away from here. Don't eat my pansies. So far, so good. Okay, maybe after decades of the same fruitcake exchange, it's time to start a new holiday tradition.
A living Christmas tree from Watters Garden Center can be decorated and enjoyed for a lifetime, not just a season.
When the holiday festivities end, gather family and friends and plant your tree together for years of enjoyment.
As your family tree grows, have a tree that grows with your family. From Watters Garden Center, 1815 Iron Springs Road in Prescott.
And we are back with Lisa Watters Lain in the studio. She comes each week with your garden questions. Just what are people talking about during this December holiday transition? If you're not drinking eggnog, what else are you doing out in the gardens? So that's kind of, we bring that to you each week. Welcome to the studio, Lisa.
Thank you.
So how have your holidays been so far? Are you done with the parties? I think we are done with the parties. No, we've got two more left.
Two more, yeah. But we're pretty much done. We did a lot of. We went to Yavapai Performance Hall. We did 3 different shows there.
It was good.
All of them were very good, very enjoyable. A few parties. Life it's been good.
Yeah, we between the Finley Toyota Center out in Prescott Valley and Yavapai College, the YPAC or Yavapai College Performing Arts Center, Jim and Linda Lee got to put their names in it. They sponsored it. Between those 2 venues, this place is a great town to live in. It's a small town with all of the amenities, all the performing arts, and we have classic, like really good acts here.
Don't forget the Elks too.
Oh, and the Elks. There we go. I mean, just over and over.
Beautiful little performance.
That's right.
This area really supports the arts, and it's nice to see.
You know what I find? Because the beauty of retail is you get to talk to everyone. and we have a lot of folks that retire here, and you get to talk to them because now they've got time to garden. So gardening partly is a stage in life thing, and gardening, we call them active retirees. They just retired, they moved here, and they've got energy. And so they come in, you get to hear their stories, and we have a lot of, professional musicians, artists, retire here, and they bring their passions with them. And so we've got jazz, bluegrass, all these over the top actors, theatrics, over the top, and they still like to perform. So they come in and do that, and I think that helps us. And I have heard from folks that book shows. We're in between Phoenix and Vegas, and the shows will perform there. They stop here and then go to Vegas. We're kind of on the route. And so we get top end. Seligman can't do that. Who else? Page really can't do that. Sedona can do that somewhat because it's kind of the same as us. Don't put Sedona down. It's a broadcast right over there. What are you talking about? I apologize. All my Sedona Cottonwood
has some amazing art galleries and
art.
But they don't have a lot of concerts.
Gotcha. They got the festivals. They got the festival stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, folks, come over when you're from that side of the hill. Visit and just tell us how wrong we are.
You put Seligman down. Come on.
They don't have it. That's a place where I want open. I like elk and deer and javelina roaming free in my gardens. And we should get back to garden stuff. Maybe we should do that.
It's more of our forte.
Yeah, let's just kind of do. Yeah. So what do we got? What are some questions people are asking?
First question is from Tony. He bought an Austrian pine to use as a living Christmas tree. And he's been following all the rules. Didn't bring it in too early. He's going to take it out the day after Christmas. Just wants to know, how much time does he have now to plant it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Does he have to get in the ground right away, or has he got some time?
So Tony, don't feel rushed. So that container that it's been growing in, so we field grow those out in a farm setting like corn. Just we grow them out in the field because they grow faster, get fuller, chubbier when they're in the ground. And then we'll harvest those. We put them in a ball and burlap. So we'll dig a ball, we'll wrap it in burlap, and we put it in a pot season before we actually bring it down the garden center. So it's already starting to root out. So you're in no rush to, I would say, get it in before next spring's growth. How about that? Is that enough time? Before the end of March. Get it in by then. Sooner the better, because you're not going to make less of a mistake. The more ground you have around that root ball, the more fudge factor you have. When you're just in this bucket you've got to be spot on with the watering, basically. So you're going to water it once a week in the container. Probably in the ground, you'll water it once every couple of weeks. If you get a good deep soak, kind of really saturate it, you'll be good. So Tony, you're fine. The main thing, when you plant it like you would, like it's spring. So you want a hole that's 3 times the width, same depth. You want to amend it heavily. Evergreens, especially pines, junipers, cypress, like Arizona cypress, they need drainage. They don't like to sit in soggy soil. So you want to amend that soil, dig out of there with some composted mulch. We call it premium mulch. Fertilize it with your all-purpose 744 fertilizer. Give it actually a root stimulator. We call it Root and Grow. It's a compost tea. Do all that stuff you would do any time of the year, even in January. Do it the same, and then give it a really deep soak. And then I would recommend for these living Christmas trees that are going out in the yard, after you're done enjoying the holidays, take it outdoors, let it get used to the cold again, because it's warmed up. So you'll want to put it outside under a covered patio, deck, entrance, up against the south side of your house, just someplace where it's tempered, but still cold. Put it there, let it sit there for at least a week. Then feel free to plant it at your leisure at that point, and you'll be successful. I would say too, some of the bigger trees, like we're selling some 6, 5, 6, 7 foot pine and conifers. Those things you really do want to stake, because we're going to see some snow, and if that snow settles on there and it flips over, it'll cause issues. It won't. You'll just have to go set it back upright. Just stake it, and you won't have to set it back upright, because that heavy snow, especially in late February, March, it's super heavy. So the trees want to lay over. So just stake it. So anyway, come in. We've got a handout for that, Tony. We can help you out.
Okay.
Too much information for one question, but there you go. By the end of March.
Okay. So next question is from Dave in Chino. He says, the weather has been so fabulous. I want to be outside working in my yard. Is it too early to prune my fruit trees? And second part of his question is it too early to spray the horticultural oil, or should you wait on that?
Yeah, good question. So you can start pruning now. We generally say start at the new year and finish up by the end of March. That's the peak window. But really what it comes down to, when they're finally deciduous, that is, they dropped all their leaves and we've had enough cold spell to kill off the bugs that are roaming around. And I think we've done that. We've had a couple cold snaps where it thinned out the insects. And those are the things that kind of cause a disease to spread around. So if you prune it too early, that can happen. I think you're fine. Go for it. And the days are beautiful. So go ahead and prune all of those fruit trees, and then all the remaining energy that's going to come up from the roots back and to form this next spring's flower buds and leaf buds. All the remaining energy will be focused in on those remaining bud grafts that are on that structure. So when you're done pruning, so start with deadwood and then focus on the structure, make sure air gets to the inside, do all that stuff that you do with your pruning. But going back to the question, yeah, go for it. Prune it now. I've been doing the same thing. Absolutely. Go for it. And then finish up by the end of March. Horticultural oil. Yes, you can. I would say generally what we say is finish pruning, then spray the hort oil. And what the horticultural oil does, it's January. You're thinking, there's no bugs out there. And you're right. You're not after the bugs. You're after the eggs they laid a couple months ago. That oil coats the bark area where they've laid all those eggs and suffocates the eggs, basically. And there are bugs there. They're hibernating in between the nooks and crannies, underneath the leaf mold, the mulch at the base. They're there. They just aren't active. They're hibernating like a bear or a squirrel. They're hibernating and waiting to come out when it's warm enough. That hort oil coats them, kills them off. So it just cleans a tree up so that you're starting out the spring season clean. So,
and there's a lot of eggs out there, but I found aphids on some of the.
Kidding me?
Yeah, because the other day.
Okay, yeah.
So
There.
We've had some warm temps,
Yeah.
and that sun warms everything up, and they go, okay, I'm moving,
Yeah.
I'm active.
Generally, we say prune first, just so there's less
Yes.
mass to spray. So it just makes your job easier.
Mhm.
And so the bugs that are there aren't going to do a lot of damage, but aphids on yuccas, you should watch that. They can actually affect that heart, the core of so they can get on yuccas, agaves, some red tip botania. They can get on some of those things. So check those things out. And if you see them, spray them right away. Don't let them stay. Don't wait till you're done pruning. Hit them now. So just before they do some damage. So anyway, I guess the bugs are out. Those aphids, they like the cold season.
They do.
Great questions this week, folks. So Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners, be right back after this.
Hi, Watters with the plants of the week and our Roman beauty rosemary.
This Mediterranean beauty has graceful, arching branches that flow over rock walls, raised beds, or container's edge.
A culinary herb often used in potpourri.
Rugged, deer-resistive, evergreen, likes crummy soil, drought, and abuse. Now that's my kind of shrub.
Watters Garden Center, 1815 Iron Springs Road in Prescott, where people who love unusual, healthy herbs, they love to shop.
So the team is really working hard at trying to figure out how to deliver plants right to your door. You have to come to the garden center. And I'm not talking about the little plugs, the puny little twigs, the cheesy things they sell on Etsy or some of these others. I'm going to talk about real full-on plants you would find here at the garden center, put in an upright box, shipped directly to you. We have figured out how to do that. And we can do it affordably. It's the same price as what you would see here at the garden center. There's just, if we're out here or you need 3 more, boom, we'll just order it. It's there within just a few days. I've ordered quite a few myself just to test it out. I don't want to experiment on you. I'd rather experiment on myself. And it's working out surprisingly well. We are going to test this out coming December 27th. And here's the reason why. So we're going to give the team off between Christmas and New Year's. We just need a break. Go visit family and friends. Go on a road trip. Go visit them. Fly East Coast. Go back to visit the family. You've got the time off. Please go. Enjoy. Come back fresh because we're going to hit the ground running. So if the store is not open, but I've got gardeners who still want to shop online or do whatever, we've got an article that's going to feature some of those direct. And the website, we're saying in-store or local pickup or online exclusives. The exclusives, they may or may not be here at the garden center, but they're definitely at the farm. You can see how many are there. You can see the size. And these are full on, like grade A, primetime plants coming to your door. And they'll ship right to you. They're not coming to us first. They're going right to you. And it took me 5 days to get my last plant. So it's not instant. It's not Amazon delivered 24 hours. It's coming from the farm. We need to get it out in the field, pick one up, pack it up, put it UPS or FedEx and get it to you. And the selection right now is the winter hardy stuff. So it's going to be a lot of evergreens like boxwoods, surprising number of grapes, berries, the edible things are coming up because they're dormant. So they're fully rooted. We're not talking bare root. We're talking fully mature plant. They will fruit this year or next year, whatever that is. So they're coming. They're available for you. So if you want to try that out, and they're backed up by us, if it doesn't, something happened to the box, it's run over by the UPS truck, we'll back it. We'll make it right. We'll get you another one either from here or there. So it's just kind of, you got the same local guarantees, but we can ship them nationwide. If you've got a friend that has a new home, they just moved into Pennsylvania, we'll ship nationwide for $7.95. It just sounded good. It actually costs more than that, but we're going to ship it nationwide just because it just sounds good. And it allows you to get to your cabin over there in the White Mountains, or your home down in Phoenix, or you want to ship up to a friend that's got a new place in Idaho. You can go right from the farm to anywhere in the continental U.S. But take a look. That's what's going on. I think technology is finally, the little guys, we figured out how to do this. The technology's gotten to where even we can use it, not just the big box behemoth things, and we can up the grade and still deliver. I'm most excited. I just ordered a new watering can for myself. So now I don't know if you've got enough time to get gifts, some fancy English watering can made of copper, or some new potting bench that's made out of beautiful cedar, made grade A quality, a new greenhouse structure going up, or some funky, fun boulder art. We figured out how to package that too. So that's called garden gift items on the website. So wattersgardencenter.com, in case you're tuned in, don't know who I am. Watters Garden Center in Prescott, Arizona. We've got a retail garden center. We've been doing it for 63 years now. And we've got several farms all over the place, and supply chains that are just rich, like better quality stuff. So we're now figuring out how to take that and not ship an entire truckload. We can take the one and ship it right to you for the same cost, same value. And so it's really getting fun. This retail thing's really becoming fun. But I just ordered a couple new watering cans for myself. I need one for the backyard, one for the front. They're so beautiful. I might order a next one, because you always need 2 watering cans, right? One for each hand. You don't just want to slap 1 2-gallon watering can around the yard. It breaks your back. You get 2, just kind of it evens everything out, and it makes it more efficient. So I generally keep 2, but I still have that cheesy plastic one. It's good quality. It just doesn't look rich. It doesn't fit my backyard or my front yard. I try to hide them back behind the furniture because they're not that grade. These new ones are so pretty. You just want to you want to put them right out there where everyone can see them and admire these great quality watering cans. Well, you can order those as well. Direct ship right to you nationwide, $7.95. I just don't know I don't think we have time to meet Christmas. So if you're thinking gifts, show them a picture of it, or just order it for yourself. I deserve it. I want it. It's a holiday gift for me. You can do that too. So anyway, that's kind of something new that's going to happen in between Christmas and New Year's, because we're shutting down the store. I'm giving the team 7 or more days off, and then we'll start back January 2nd and push the envelopes of this.
The holidays are here in Arizona's Christmas City, bringing family closer and those chilly winter winds.
While you're decorating the outside, don't forget to brighten up the inside with exotic Christmas plants from Watters.
Beautiful Christmas cactus and poinsettia are coming to town, grown exclusively by Watters in colors you won't find anywhere else.
Unique, vibrant, and guaranteed to warm even the dreariest winter day.
Check your list twice for exotic Christmas plants at Watters Garden Center in Prescott.
And we are back with Lisa Watters Lain in the studio. She comes in and just shares this whole segment is just all about Lisa. We need that other side of gardening. So she's a garden extraordinaire, and she just brings her insight. So welcome back to the studio, Lisa.
Thank you. Good to be here.
My holiday buddy.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Just you and me this year.
Well, you, me, and your mom.
And my sister.
And your sisters. It's
But
a smaller,
kids.
no kids. First time since we've been married.
Mhm.
Well, that first year.
First year, yeah.
We were married, we were married
July.
for 6 months. Had our first year solo. Very nice. Remember that. And then we had our kid the next year. So within 12 months, we had our first child, which is great. That's back how we did it back in the 80s. Is that what it was? Oh my gosh.
Late 80s.
There we go. Yeah, that makes us feel younger. So I'm thinking it's more like this is going back to newlywed, like Christmas. What do you think?
Sure.
Without kids.
But we have more
I have some big
dogs.
things planned. Well, okay, that's right. So, dogs and granddogs. We're watching a whole bunch of things. And cats.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, I'm thinking newlywed. It just sounds good.
I'm nervous.
I've got some things
I'm
planned.
worried.
Should be fun.
No. I'll let you guys know how it all turned out.
Garden tips. What do you got for us this week? What's going on?
Well, this week I really don't have any tips, but I was thinking it's a good time to think about the past year.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. Next week is New Year's, and then we're moving on, right?
Yeah.
To a new year. So it's always good to look back and go, what was great about last year? Because sometimes you feel like it takes forever. And then you turn around, you're like, oh my gosh.
Just like that. Yeah.
It's already the end of 2023.
Yeah.
Who knew that was coming? So I just like to take a look back sometimes and see what was good. So I started with January.
Okay.
So great about January was we focused more on houseplants again, and made that department a little bigger. We're trying to make it better. We're trying to really educate us and our staff so we know how to help you with houseplants. So we just really brought in some good quality houseplants, and we brought in some good quality containers, ceramic pottery to help you decorate your home.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Christmas, we put everything away and then we start going, oh, it's kind of empty around here.
Yeah.
What can I bring in? So it's always fun to bring and just kind of redo your home, freshen your home. And January is a great time to do that. Get those houseplants in there. Helps with air quality inside your home to have houseplants in there too, since we're all closed up. So that's what's good about January.
Houseplants even brought in some exotics. That was kind of fun.
It was fun.
February.
So February, the great thing for us was our grandson, Benicio Vidal, was born. He was born in February. But February is also just that you're just like getting ready for spring. We are. I know some people probably are not, but we're like, oh my gosh, what trucks are coming? What's going to be on those trucks? Oh my gosh, we got to get ready. So February is that just excitement month. And then this past year, it was really even more exciting because Benicio came.
Yeah. Grandkids are great. That was number 4. And our 4 kids, we actually want more. So we just hint. I like being grandparents.
We do. That's fun. So March we always have our spring open house in March. And this year the weather was beautiful.
Yeah, stunning.
We had a great spring open house. And you know what I'm very thankful for is our vendors, the people who grow our plants and trees and shrubs and flowers. They're amazing. They really try, and they do bring us very good, high quality product. And that way we can pass that along to our customers.
You know, I just replaced a fan on the back greenhouse, the biggest greenhouse that we have here. So we got circulation fans. And so one of them went down, and it's been 13 years since I called the manufacturer of that greenhouse. And Clay, he's still there.
Wow.
This industry doesn't change. It's always the same. So, hey, Clay, oh my gosh, I thought I'd get it. You're someone else. I thought you'd retired. Nope. I'm still here. Yeah. So, hey, send me a fan. Within 3 days, had a fan for the greenhouse. Way to go. Great. That's what I love about this. And our growers and our sales reps, they've been there for 20 years because this industry is that kind of industry.
It is. It's a very nice industry to be in. So that was March. April was, at the end of April, we got amazing roses in. And our roses this year were spectacular. And we had a lot of new varieties for people because they're always coming up with new things. We had new stuff. And this year will be the same way. We have our fiber pot roses actually will come in February.
Yeah, I think
it's a dormant rose, but it's fully rooted out and it's in a fiber pot. So it's very easy to plant. And we have new varieties in that too. So roses are always fun. And we have a great climate for roses.
This is rose. This is a rose. We grow better roses than anywhere else in the country, except maybe California, and even better there, better than Portland. We don't have all those spots and all the issues that they have because we're dry and we're bright. So they love this elevation, but we're not so cold. We got to protect them like crazy in the Midwest. We're just easy. So this is good. A friend of mine, we serve on the Arizona Nursery Association board, Tyler Francis Roses. He actually introduces over 80% of the roses on the planet. He breeds, grafts, creates new colors right there in Casa Grande.
Cool.
And I get to meet with him once a month, excuse me. Tyler, you are awesome. And he represents us, at the legislature. He goes, represents the United States in Europe because he's introducing roses there, but he lives right here. He's an Arizonan. Wow. So that's the history Arizona's famous as far as gardening goes, especially roses.
That's true. Okay. So I kind of lumped May, June, and July together because it's just so busy here. It's just spring. It's all like one to us because you hit the ground running and you just go. But the thing I love about May, June, and July is just their customers. They come in droves. They're amazing. They're fun. They come to our classes. We do our Saturday classes, and they come wanting to learn. Yeah. They want to know. And some of them are new in the area, but how great is it that they want to learn how to garden, how to take care of their yard, how to be in their communities. and being out there making everything better. So I think just our customers and our staff in those months, I mean, we rock and roll, and we just have some really nice people that we hang with.
We have generations
Mhm.
of customers. So this year will be 62, or is it 63? I have to do the math on that.
63, I think.
I think it might be 63 years we've been in business. So we're the second generation. Our daughter, Mackenzie, is the third generation. So we've got 3 generations working here at the Garden Center. And we've got 3 generations of customers that have here. Our oldest will turn 100 this year. So still coming in. Once a gardener, always a gardener. Yeah, you bring an assistant, kind of help them out, but they're still gardening.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Some of our customers invented, I mean, literally created some of the plants and the products that we sell. They live right here because they retired here, but it's just amazing, the stories. So that is the fun piece.
So great. I was, we've all been out shopping this week, getting ready for Christmas. And Kinsey and I were in a store, which I won't mention. And one of the employees walked by and she goes, "Why do I work here?" And I went, "Oh." And I'm so thankful I don't have that attitude. And maybe because we just have really great people working with us and for us, and community is amazing.
I had a kid. I won't say where, because the employer would be mad. But basically, when I find a really good employee, I go, "Hey, listen, if ever you're looking for a new move, you seem to have a good spirit. You seem to really like what you're doing. Come talk to me. We have a garden center down here." And so you find really great employees, because this is a great place. We're the place where employees put their roots down. So we won't go down that path very far, because we're only into spring.
That's
and you
true.
got 2 minutes left.
So August was Dancing for the Stars.
Oh my gosh, you're bringing that up.
It was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
You did such a wonderful job raising money for the community. It was fun watching you dance. It was fun watching customers get excited about what you were doing. And it was a lot of work. And I kudos to you, because I know it was a lot.
Dancing for the Stars is the maiden fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club of Central of this county. Mm-hmm. And so I agreed, and they have 10 dancers, and I was one of them, and we won the whole gig. So it was 65,000, 67, 68. I've forgotten already how many thousands of dollars for the club is well worth it, and great cause.
So you did good for
Thank
that.
You.
And then September was our Grapes for Good event that we do here at the store, which was also very successful again. And lots of good money raised for the Rotary, which supports
math and reading clinics, kids, schools. I mean, I think they just funded one of the veterans' kitchens or something. So they take that money and reinvest it in our community. So you got 30 seconds.
Okay, I will close it out real quick. So we have October, November, December, which it was just gorgeous here this year. So
that's why we lived here.
The weather was amazing. The fall color this year was spectacular. And people came in and celebrated that. So it was fun.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. So the 12 months of this year, the highlights. Thank you so much for being here. Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back after this.
Look, if your wife, mom, or dad wants an ugly sweater for Christmas, get them a sweater, not some piece of plastic.
But if someone you truly care about loves their garden, a gift card to Watters makes perfect sense.
Next spring, she can pick exactly what she was hoping.
We all know it's not the same as a huge flower basket or fragrant rose, but hey, it's winter. Gardeners understand.
Watters online gift cards are found at top10plants.com or at Watters Garden Center in Prescott.
I believe I have all of my holiday shopping complete. Kind of excited, feel good about it. In fact, the Christmas tree went up and I already had some snuck away because I was planning. I have missed that before, where I'm like struggling to last minute. It's not a good place to be. So especially as a man, I got to, oh my gosh, you better get my act together. But some ideas for you, especially if you have Christmas parties. I've got a couple of them this week. I've had gone to, and I took a poinsettia. Boy, you would believe Ken Lain and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners, come into your party and they're bringing you a plant. It's like magic, especially to gardeners. But poinsettias, especially a funky, different, fun, unusual one, that's it never goes over poorly. The other one, they're a little bit more expensive, but they also live forever. Poinsettias live for a season. We fully expect you to throw those things away by Valentine's. I mean, just when those things the Valentine plants come out, anthuriums and the orchids. Get rid of the poinsettia. I know it might still be red, but they start to get thin, they get yellow, they start to drop leaves, they get messy. They're meant to be a living bouquet, and fully expect you to throw those away. A Christmas cactus is not that way. A cactus can actually live for decades and decades. These are passed down from generation to generation. We've got some that this was my grandmother's, and I've taken cuttings, and I'm so proud of it, and it blooms every year. Christmas cactus. They aren't truly cactus, by the way. They're euphorbias. They're from that family, but they don't have needles to them. They have this thick pads to them, but they are famous for these fluorescent, just super bright colors at the holidays. They make great gifts too, for yourself or for others. They're a little bit more than I want to give a housewarming gift. $30 opposed to 10. I don't. It's not that. It's not going to break the bank. But you try not to go a gift, but not too much, too extravagant. Just a thank you for the dinner. Love being here. Thanks for being the hostess with the mostess. But Christmas cactus also make a really, really good gifty thing for folks. One that I think we undervalue or underestimate for gardeners: good tools make gardening easy. Old, bad, dull tools make gardening hard. And gardeners, we tend to be frugal. And so we'll just keep it going. Like, Mike, I just broke my rake. This is an old rake. I've duct taped it. I duct taped it a second time. In fact, now that I think about it, I'm going to head down to True Value and just get myself a new rake. That's it. It doesn't make a good holiday gift, but I deserve one. I'm tired of keeping this thing together. I've been raking it leaves, and it just broke on me. It cracked up and down the length of the shaft. Didn't actually break. I got a splinter in my hand. I duct taped it back. And now that I think about it, I deserve a new one. Sometimes your gardeners will really, really appreciate a new watering can, a water wand, a simple moisture meter. Of all things, if they've even mentioned, I struggle with the back house to the front of the house, moisture meter, get them too. They're inexpensive. They're great stocking stuffers, but it's a great one. So just think in terms of watering. Quick connect, hose connections. So you don't have to screw your hose on and screw it off. It just with one hand, you can flip your hose on, flip your hose off. So I can go out and water my backyard containers of pansies, but I can't keep the hose connected through the winter evenings, the cold, because it might freeze. And so I can take it on, take it off, and it's a $20 thing made of brass. Get the brass ones, not the plastic. At School of Hard Knocks, my name's Ken. We're just friends talking over the back fence. The plastic ones are cheap and they break within a season. Brass ones, I've got some that are still going after 15 years or more. They're getting faded. I almost want new ones, shiny new ones, because they're just looking old, but it's just a quick connect. I keep them on basically year round. But something as simple as that for those gardeners in your life, they'll appreciate it more than you think. And you need one quick connection. You need one for every outside hose bib that you want to easily kind of make it all go. And don't, if they dug a hole for you and their shovel's old like that, there's nothing better than a good, like fiberglass handled, brand new, sharp shovel. And my favorite shovel of all, a women's, or not child's shovel, a woman's shovel. It's got a narrower blade. It's shallower, but still a real long handle. And so it just goes into really hard soil easier. It's something I'm a man. I'm going to have a man shovel. But my favorite one is my women's shovel. It's just a smaller, I don't even know if they call it a women's shovel. It's just, I call it that. I'm old. But it's just a smaller grade, narrower, shallower. It just goes in those hard to dig holes. And I don't have to break out the pick or the digging bar or the jackhammer. I can just do it with my smaller grade shovel. But good tools. I've bent digging bars trying to dig rocks and things out. So just new, fresher, sharper tools. game changer, especially for the hand tools. So if you're do a lot of container gardening, a hand trowel with that bigger, wider scoop type of for potting soil just makes life so much easier than a narrow gauged one, or a sharp one for planting bulbs. Narrow, sharp one, boom, kind of ease opens up the earth easier so it can receive the bulbs better or the smaller flowers. Some of us are holding on to our tools way too long, and maybe we just ought to upgrade a little bit or add to the repertoire. And once you get a new tool, the old one stays there because, again, gardeners, we're frugal, and so we won't throw it away, but it'll just sit there gathering dust as the new tools on top of the bin kind of take over. And that's the only one we go for. There's a new hand rake. It's called a trake, Trake. It's got a rake on the back end. It's one tool, so it's dual tool on one handle, but you don't have two things you're juggling around trying to figure out, where did I put that? It's just it's got a digging trowel on the front and a raking thing to get the soil back in on the back. It's like a magic tool. It's great. It's worth every penny. It's just something new, trendy you haven't seen before. It's on our website, wattersgardencenter.com. It's going to be hard to find locally, but a trake or just a new hand trowel or a hora. It's basically a soil knife. Chuck it in, pull it out. It gets roots out of the way. Some of those new tools could really make gardening fun, interesting. And my favorite that I wish I had more of, I'm getting better at it, but when my gloves go bad, I wear a size large. I like goat skin, and I like these new synthetic gloves. Those are my favorites. I do wear them out because I like to garden, and picking up block and moving flagstone and having soils and getting the shovel going. And I wear them out. And I seem to always lose my right hand glove. I've got a bin full of left gloves because I'm right-handed. I pull it off. I start putting things in. And then I move on to the next hole, and I left the glove back there. And I know I've got a dozen of them out in the gardens. So I've got these one-handed. I mean, what do you do with a whole bunch of left gloves? I don't know. Or if they've got holes, or they're wearing through, or they just, you know what? We live in America. For $19.99, you have a brand new set of beautiful gloves that will last you for this season. Gardeners appreciate that more than you think they do. It's just something that's so easy. So for those gardeners in your life, that's some insider tips that if you need some stocking stuffers quickly, that's a good way to go, like right now, and so easy to pull off. And one I can tell you, the best one, you can never have enough of them. Moisture meter in a stocking is the go-to. I mean, you use it all the time. It's just always there. We've got a whole like flock of plants, and which ones need it, which ones don't. A cactus, or where are they at? Moisture meter makes life so much easier, especially as the seasons change. All right, we got more for you. Hold on, got to take one more break.
The holidays are here in Arizona's Christmas City, bringing family closer and those chilly winter winds.
While you're decorating the outside, don't forget to brighten up the inside with exotic Christmas plants from Watters.
Beautiful Christmas cactus and poinsettia are coming to town, grown exclusively by Watters in colors you won't find anywhere else.
Unique, vibrant, and guaranteed to warm even the dreariest winter day.
Check your list twice for exotic Christmas plants at Watters Garden Center in Prescott.
I have been spending some time outdoors. Can you imagine? I mean, Philadelphia this week was like frigid, frozen. The Midwest, the Dakotas, like frozen tundra. I'm outside enjoying the nice sunshine, the sun coming in the front windows. Oh, I love living in a four-season climate of Arizona. It's so nice. My plants are celebrating too. Have you noticed the peach trees? Not a leaf on them. The deciduous trees, no leaves. But the buds, if you look closely, the buds are swelling really fast. So the plants are active, they're working, they're growing. and they're preparing for next spring's flower and bud season. So those new nodules coming up off the stems, those are either a flower or a leaf bud, or both. Very likely both. If it's a flowering red bud or crabapple or fruit tree, they're both. And so you can plant those things now. The ground does not freeze here. You're good to go, especially for bigger plants like pine trees, a big new privacy screen with junipers or Arizona cypress. Great time to plant those. And so plants are actively working. Let's see, this is the last one. Last show before Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah to everyone else. So I wish everyone nothing but joy, family, community. May you be surrounded by friendships that lift your soul this week. And may the turkey be warm or the ham be simmering. Ooh, my mouth just watered just thinking about that. My wife puts together a pretzel salad that's like, ooh, to die for. Pumpkin pie that's like, my mouth is watering like crazy. Oh my gosh. And you can never have enough eggnog for next weekend. That all comes to an end as I try to get rid of the extra few pounds I put on. I'll need to garden more, keep my strength for gardening more. For those folks that are gardeners in your life, and you might not have forgot, you might have left something out. You're not sure if you got enough. I'm not sure. Or the mother that lives here locally and you've tuned in from Denver, whatever. We've really put a lot of energy into our gift card section on our website. You can now buy the quantity you want, the amount you want. You can pick the style that you like. In fact, now that I think about it, I better make sure I have a Hanukkah one on there. I have Happy Holidays, Happy Merry Christmas, and all the others. I'm trying to be all inclusive and not be that guy. I'm trying to be, I think we all got to live together in this world called the mountains of Arizona, at least my little piece of world. So you can pick the amount, pick the style, and you can pick the date you want it to deliver. Now, we'll give you a copy of that so you can give it to them ahead before, but we have a queue section. So on Christmas Eve or the day of, whatever the birthday or the whatever. Sorry if you folks have a birthday right around Christmas. You get to double time on that. But we've got it where you can nail the time and the day, the style you want it to look like, and the amount you want. We're trying to personalize this thing. Had a couple of hiccups a year ago, but boy, we've really gotten good at this thing. And it's getting fun to help folks. But gardeners love gift cards to their favorite garden center. And they know the seed. They're already planting the flowers. They've kept their tags in their garden journal. I mean, gardeners are a unique breed of people. And so they love it when you give it to them. They can start planning. They'll strategize. Well, I think I might pull this rose out. I'm going to move it over there. I'm going to get a new one over here because I need more fragrance by the patio, or I need more. It's kind of, gardeners are a unique breed. And they love their garden center. I have more people come in. I brought my neighbor. She's new to the area. I wanted her to come see my garden center. That is the biggest honor you can have to myself or the staff. It means a lot. But until next week, may I wish you and yours the happiest of holiday and the merriest of Christmas and many fond family memories. Okay, maybe after decades of the same fruitcake exchange, it's time to start a new holiday tradition.
A living Christmas tree from Watters Garden Center can be decorated and enjoyed for a lifetime, not just a season.
When the holiday festivities end, gather family and friends and plant your tree together for years of enjoyment.
As your family tree grows, have a tree that grows with your family. From Watters Garden Center, 1815 Iron Springs Road in Prescott.
For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit wattersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Watters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.